everybody. This is Jamie, and I have a special guest, my daughter. I posted a couple weeks ago that I wanted to review some products from e.l.f. And I have right here their new little bite-sized eyeshadows. They're $3 a piece. You can see all the different colors that we have. This one is pumpkin pie. That looks like colors you'd like. Okay. Acai U, that's kind of a blue palette. Which one is that? I think that one's jalapeno. So it's a green themed palette. This one is Carnival Candy. And Rose Water. So you've got your little mauve type sets. And Bite Size Berry Bath, so your berries. Truffle, so that's your more chocolate brown ones. And Cream and Sugar, this is one I've been using, and I really, really like the formula. So I'm going to let my daughter pick which one she wants to try out. These shadows are amazing. The blendability on them is great, and the shimmers are really good, and they're $3 a piece, and they're bite-sized. You can take them anywhere. Put them in your purse, travel with them, whatever. So I'll let her pick that one.
I'm gonna go with this one.
Perfect. How's everybody out there doing with the self-quarantining? We've been trying to find things to do here. Yesterday we made cookies. We self-tanned this one.
It's interesting.
What else did we do? We made homemade pizzas. Now we're going to play with makeup, even though we're not going to be going anywhere. So I guess we'll just start, huh?
Yes.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my face. And I always start off with my blur stick. What are you using?
I use Too Faced Hangover Primer.
That stuff is good. This, I always talk about this product. It's from Makeup Revolution.
It just squirted everywhere.
Oh. Well, it's fine. You know how they say the camera adds 10 pounds? Ooh, they aren't kidding. Oh, I also have wine.
Of course. Gotta have some of that.
Yeah. Well, she can't have it, but I have it. Red wine Moscato. All right. So this is Makeup Revolution. This is the blur stick, $15, and it's gigantic. It will last you a long time, and it makes your pores go away. Before I even do any more priming, I'm gonna prime my eyes first, and then I'm gonna mess with the eyeshadows. What do you want to do? You want to do the same thing, or?
I don't even use eye primer.
Oh, well, you're gonna today if you wanna, whatever. So the eyeshadow primer that I also ordered with this was the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. And this is in the shade white, and I like to use white primers for my eyeshadows because it makes the colors pop. And if you know your color scheme or your color wheel, you know that white brightens everything. So it makes those colors pop even more than they already do. So we're just gonna go ahead and put some of this on our eye and blend that in.
I'll use some of it. I have a brush.
Okay. And I'm just using a concealer brush. This is F75 by Sigma. I like Sigma. I have their brushes. I also use Morphe brushes, but I like Sigma. It's family owned, and it's based out of Minnesota. So that's a really cool fact. So we're just gonna put some eye primer on. There we go. Tana, what's been the worst thing about being quarantined in the house?
I love school, and it sucks not being in school.
Uh-huh. And yeah, I would agree. I think later we might even pull out the Monopoly game or play some Scotch Rummy. We got to get better at Scotch Rummy to beat out her stepsister Haley, my stepdaughter, and my husband's parents. And then also Matt and Ashley, we played with them last weekend, so I know that they're practicing up their skills, so we need to practice up ours as well. Okay, which one are you gonna use?
Oh, I already grabbed it.
Which one, the pumpkin one?
Oh, I was thinking of mixing color from a different one, using
Okay.
like a red toned one with some of the brown colors. So probably like that color.
The mauve. This is the berry bat, so this is the berry palette. These are so cute. Like, look at how cute these are. They come with 4. They come with a matte and 2 satins and no, actually a satin shimmer and 2 mattes on the end.
This one's really pretty,
isn't it? Yeah. So you're gonna take that one. I don't know. I think I am going to stick with, well, actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna do the rose water one. This one looks really pretty. All right, so I'm just gonna take a blender brush.
You do your eyes first.
Yeah, before I do my,
Ooh.
because then if you have any mistakes, you can cover it up with the
Yeah, I know what you mean.
foundation. All right. So I'm going to start off with this lighter shade, and that's going to be my transition shade. So what transition means is it just goes right in the crease, and it helps transition darker colors onto your crease and lid. So I think you're right. Using a little tiny mirror to help guide you is the best. So we're just going to buff that in with our little blender brush and back and forth in small circles. And I go a little bit above my crease because I have hooded eyes, meaning when I look down or I look straight across, my lid somewhat disappears. Not as bad as other people, but I just put the colors above my natural crease line just to help open the eye up a little bit. Do you think you have hooded eyes? I don't think so.
Not really. I don't think so.
Yeah. So we're just gonna keep blending this in. Did you bring anything to drink?
No, I was thinking about it and I decided not to.
Well, your throat might get a little dry. Or not, if you're not talking as much. So yeah, we are just putting on our transition.
I'm using this brown on the corner for my transition shade.
On the pumpkin pie.
Yes.
And this is the rose water. So I don't know that these are released out in stores yet. I ordered mine online. But man, do they have good, don't you, what do you think of their formula? It's kind of easy blendable.
Yeah. I'm not the best at blending eyeshadow.
Well, that's why we do these videos, to help people. So yeah, you just want to take it and blend it.
I think I'm good for my transition.
Yeah. So the next thing that we're going to do then is we're going to take I think this kind of brush for, well.
That's like the same as this one.
Oh, so maybe this one.
I use this one for the.
To pack on the color.
That's what I do.
Okay, I'm going to use this brush. It's a Smith 247. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go dip into the darker shade, and we're just going to put that in our low crease in the outer C part of our eyes. So you're going to start here, and you want to hold your brush way at the ends, because if you hold it up here, you're going to put too much pressure, and then it just gets kind of blotchy. So you want to hold your brush way at the end, and then you want to just start here at the outer. And it helps me to tilt my head back a little bit, and then you want to go like this so it looks like a C. I don't know if you can see that. It might look messy at first, but that's okay because you're going to blend it out. So yeah, we're just going to blend, blend, blend. I was thinking of making ramen tonight. What do you think of that?
That'd be good.
That homemade ramen dish that I showed you?
Yeah. So it would be homemade ramen?
Yeah, except the noodles wouldn't be homemade. They'd be out of the package deal. Could you believe that when I went to Walmart oh, I don't remember how long ago it was. It was, all the ramen noodles were bought out. I found some, but they were like the more expensive ramen noodles in the Chinese aisle. And then I just bought a box, and I found those at Cashwise a few days back. So I don't know. I mean, I get it, but you know, we need to just stop stockpiling stuff, because we should only take what we need, because there are people that are higher risk, more vulnerable, and they're not able to get what they need. So let's just stop being greedy and get what you need, is my opinion. What do you think, Montana?
I agree. I seen woman couldn't even get baby wipes, formula for her baby, which is really sad. She couldn't even feed it.
Feed her baby?
No, she couldn't feed her baby.
Yeah. So people, be respectful to your fellow neighbors and just buy what you need. It's going to get worse before it gets better, but I have faith that it's going to get better. So it's temporary. We just got to do what we got to do to slow the spread and do what we can, do our part, follow the self-isolation and social isolation guidance. It's temporary. That's all that matters. You know, there's so much development in the technological stage. Phones and computers where you can Skype and FaceTime. Like, we're not completely isolated. And I think as a society, we tend to think, you know, as Americans, we love to have that hands-on physical connection with people. And it's hard when this kind of thing happens, because as a society, we crave that, and we can't do that right now. So, you know, it sucks, but in the end, we're doing a good thing by our fellow neighbors who may not be able to fight this virus off as much as a healthy person could. So, yeah. So you can make this darker if you needed to. Like, I could go in and just go over this and just make it a little darker so it's more smoky. It's really your preference. But again, I'm just using slight pressure and just going back and forth and circular motions.
That was so in sync right there.
I don't know. I think by the end of this, what were they saying? There's going to be more divorces or more babies born, or isn't that what they're saying? Like,
a lot of people think more babies will be born because of teenagers.
Teenagers? What?
I see it all over TikTok.
Oh my gosh. What are you doing on TikTok? Isn't that supposed to be some dangerous thing? Or what do you?
No.
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 I see. There we go. So basically, when you're doing a dark color, you just want a flat type brush. So if you see the difference, this is a more tapered brush to help with transition, and then also to help, you know, blend the lines together. And then this flat one tends to help put color in the lower crease. And I don't know, this part of my eye right here is always a nuisance because I have lines and my eyeshadow creases in there right away. So this one takes a little extra blending. So I know it's weird to be doing eyeshadow without you're doing your foundation first.
That's what I was thinking.
But when you actually finish, it actually doesn't look bad at all. Oh my gosh.
Because I usually use concealer as a base, so that's why I do my face first.
Sure. I'm going back in with this shade right here, this transition. And I'm just going to blur in these two lines together just to get them to blend. What are you going to use for your highlight on underneath your brow bone?
I'll probably use a color in my Anastasia palette.
Either that or this is a good one from MAC. It's called Shroom. And I use this for my eyebrow highlight. You can try that if you want or not. Okay.
I'm gonna stick with the gold. It'll match with my eyes good.
Okay. So I'm just blending these two colors together. All right, we're done with that for right now. And then I'm going to do the Shroom eyebrow highlight. And I've had this one forever. Back when I started using makeup, this is the MAC Single Shadows. I've had this for years. And it's just like a white shimmer. It's a really nice color to go underneath your eyebrows. So I'm just going to take this little brush from Sonia Kashuk. It's very old. I've had it for years. They don't even make it anymore. But any smaller flat brush will work for this. So I'm just going to highlight underneath my brow bone right here. I'm going to tell you to bring your phone. We could have played some music in the background. And there you go. Okay, so next, I think I'm going to start with my foundation, concealer, that kind of thing. Before I do that, I want to put a little bit of facial oil on my face. Oops, sorry. This is Physicians Formula Skin Booster Vitamin Shot. Good stuff.
I just put it right on my face.
Yeah. I like it.
But I have really oily skin, so I can't put oil on my skin.
You know that's a myth.
It just makes my skin feel gross, though.
I know. And I like to use a brush to put my oils on. Oh, feels good. Go down the neck.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to use some primer. I think I'm going to use this one here. This is Makeup Revolution Color Correct because I have some redness. The green will combat the redness. Again, if you look at your color wheel, did you guys ever learn your color wheel in school?
Not that I can think of.
So you don't know what colors cancel out
Well, I know like
each other.
Purple and orange and red and like blue or something.
Yeah. Did you wet your sponge?
I don't wet my sponge.
How come?
I get a better look when I don't wet it.
Mm.
Otherwise, I look cakey, blotchy. But that's probably, I don't know, my skin gets dry.
So I'm putting on my primer. And the key to primer is what, Montana? What do we use primer for?
As a base, make your makeup look more flawless.
Yep, it helps
stay on longer too.
Yep, it helps with your pores, filling in your pores, which as a kid her age, she has like hardly any pores. You have some more on your nose, but as you get older, whoo! But it helps to fill in pores and it helps to create a smooth canvas for you to apply your makeup. And it makes it more flawless looking. Just going to go in with a little bit of this Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. Just in the areas that I know that I'm more textured, which is my T-zone. By the way, if there's any guys that switched onto this and you're like, oh my God, makeup, it's okay. You can switch off. We don't expect you to watch a video on makeup. We're just playing around. Thought we'd give some entertainment to people out there because I'm sure we're not the only bored ones, right? I'm just going to use a little bit of lip balm just to condition my lips. I don't know. Does your lips get dried out quite a bit?
Oh, really? I put on chapstick like an hour before this.
So do I. And I think it's just because we have big lips. And no, they're not cosmetically enhanced.
No,
they are natural lips.
That's how dry my lips are.
Yeah. So we're constantly using
chapstick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More wine. This is only my second glass for the day. Today's Saturday. All right, I'm going to try a new foundation. It's the Tape
I've been wanting to
Face
try
Tape
that.
Tarte. Well, you could try some of this.
I
think it might.
me.
Well, it might because you're fake tan.
I found this one, which matches perfectly.
There
actually.
we go. And I am just going to...
Yeah, that'd be way too light for me.
Oh, my foundation brush. I'm just going to spot it on. Well, I'm more of a...
This is the one you gave me for my dance competitions 2 years ago because of Mexico, and I couldn't wear the ones I had.
I'm more of a beigey natural color, so I'm beigey with pink undertones. So I don't know, when you are color matching, when you color match your foundation, you want to color match it to your neck, not to your face, because your face is always going to be a different color from the rest of your body. And I don't know, this might even be too light for me, but we'll make it work. So might look like a lot, but it's really not once you blend it out, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to contour?
I just use bronzer. I don't use contour. Or like, I don't do my nose or anything like that.
Okay. I'm going to take my beauty sponge. I'm just going to mist mine with a little bit of rose water here. I like to run mine under the sink, but I forgot to do that, so this will have to do. Take up the rest of the product and just kind of stamp it on. And when you're putting on your foundation, most people have used, well, they used to use their hands, but wouldn't you agree that's not a very...
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on your skin, because hands can work too for blending.
I think it causes more streaks.
As long as you do more patting motions and not like circular.
So when you're the beauty blender, I feel like I can even, I've used this, and I've used a a foundation brush, and this one is a Jaclyn Hill one from Morphe JH03. And when I do a brush, you just want to try to get up there in your hairline and past your ear, down your neck, and past your ear here and up towards your hairline. You don't want to have any lines on your foundation. I don't know, back in the 90s when people used to use their foundation, it was like you could see their lines, and you don't really want to do that because it's not that attractive. Are you going to use concealer?
Yes, I need to grab something.
So I'll use a brush, and then I'll go in and I'll blend it out even more with my beauty blender. So, and it really does help get that blended in better. Okay. And when you use a sponge, you don't want to do this, right? Because what is that going to do? It's going to take everything off, and it's going to look streaky. So you want to pounce it up and down. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to try to find some concealer in this mess.
I'm going to use my one Tarte one that you got me. I actually
you
like
this
that one.
Yeah.
Even though it has more of a waxy feel than Shape Tape, which is more creamier.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to use... I'm going to use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish. My under eyes tend to get dry, so for us older ladies, I don't like to cake this on. I don't bake or anything like that. Do you do the baking method?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I don't do that. My eye under my eyes are dry enough. I don't need to be baking with powder. So I just kind of put it where I need it, like that. And if your foundation is too dark or too light, the concealer actually helps balance out, doesn't it?
Yes.
So I'm going to take the little point of this, just like she's doing, and we're going to go back and forth under the eye and kind of clean up those eye edges as well with eyeshadow. Don't worry about messing it up. You can always fix it. So we're just going to pounce, pounce, pounce. I did get this brush. It's like a concealer brush.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I just like the sponge better. maybe. I don't know. This one works so okay too. Boop, 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 boop.
I just realized the color just fell out of it. No, it didn't. Do your Morphe palettes ever have, like, the colors fall out?
I had a couple of them just fall out.
Okay, I'm not the only one.
Nope. So when I do the concealer, I go in a T-zone, kind of like that. Do you? Or do you just cover under your eyes?
I just go under my eyes. Even though they tell you to, like, put it right here and right, because it brightens your face or whatever.
You look so much darker than I do. But then again, we self-tanned you last night. That was an experience.
I mean, it doesn't look, like, terrible either. Like, some people's will turn out looking orange and gross.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, we used a brand called Loving Tan. It's a good brand for self-tan.
I've seen it all over YouTube. It sounds like everyone likes it.
Everybody uses it. All right, I am going to set my under eye real fast, and I just use this. Oh, I just gouged it. It's a brightening skin powder from KKW, which is Kim Kardashian West. I love this powder. I use a setting brush from Real Techniques. So I just swirl that in there and just kind of tap it in. And this helps it from creasing. Although the older you get, the lines are going to be inevitable, and you need to be okay with having wrinkles and lines. It's part of aging, and it's part of who you are as a person. So, you know, you should just enjoy it.
I look a little funny right now.
She's baking. So what she's doing is she's using powder under her eyes and to bake. So she sits there and she puts that powder on, and it will settle into her skin, really baking that concealer onto her skin. But like I said, if I did that, I would have really bad creases and it would look crepey under my under eye, because as you age, skin tends to get more sensitive and dry.
I do bronzer while I let it bake.
I encourage all the 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds out there to develop a really good skin regimen, because if you do that, then aging is not as bad because you're saving your skin. I think I started mine when I was 25. So, and I have a bunch of steps that I do. You know that. You see my skincare drawer. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to get that, minimize that down a little bit. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do a little bit of bronzing, but you know what I found? Oh, this stuff from Tarte. It is a cream bronzer, and it is so good. So good. So I'm just gonna pick up some of the cream, and we're just gonna start by the top of our ear, and we're gonna go down just like that. And over here, down, and we're gonna go cut off our jawline here. So if you're wanting to contour your face and give it more of a shape, this is how you do it, right?
I love contouring.
I do too. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this on, well, maybe I can. This brush, I can use it on my nose. And when you contour your nose, you want to just go on top, not on the side, but on the top of your nose. Literally, contouring will change your whole facial shape. It's kind of weird. It looks like you've had plastic surgery without spending the money on plastic surgery. Right? Mm-hmm. All right, so we're just going to pounce this in with our sponge on the opposite end.
I just use powder bronzer, not cream.
I've been liking cream though. It really, and actually I'm gonna put some right here. And then I'm gonna follow my natural line on my lips. So if you're looking to get your lips looking bigger, this is the way to do it. Have you heard about that? Not that we need ours lips look bigger, but.
I think I'm good in that department.
I just do it for the purpose of showing it on the video. So again, you're just blending, blending, blending. And I like to blend up towards my ear. Perfect. Gives your face a little color. And then I'm going to use this brush and just kind of blend out the contour, the cream on here. So you can see how wide, narrow this made my nose look. So if you have a wider nose, you can definitely contour your nose and make it look narrow. It's a really cool trick. I'm just going to put a little bit of powder on there. This is just the Fenty Beauty Butter loose powder. Just gonna put that there. This is the only time that I bake is right after I contour my nose and contour right here. I avoid my eye area. And then we're gonna clean up the lines here. So if you screw up contouring, it's fine. Just use some loose powder and that will help it like that. All right, so while that is sitting, I'm gonna work on my under eyes here. I'm just gonna put some eyeshadow and stuff under there. Oh, wait a minute, I'm gonna do this brush here. Okay, are you gonna do anything under your eyes?
I'm just gonna put a little bit of color under there.
Okay, I'm gonna start with this tiny, tiny brush. This is from Morphe M213. Nice, so pretty. You are. Isn't she pretty, my baby? And I'm just gonna run this underneath the lash line right here. And I'm gonna hook it up to where this eyeshadow meets. So right here, put a little bit more there and just kind of run it there. And then I'm gonna take this bigger E18 brush from Morphe. It's kind of more round, and I'm just gonna stamp it in there, and I'm gonna run it underneath here. Just a little bit to hook up to this. To give your eye more of a smoky effect. Okay, and if it gets to be too thick, you can always clean it up with some powder. Who else does this when they put their makeup on? I do it all the time. Nobody's perfect. All right.
Put blush on.
You're going to move on to blush, huh? I'm just going to get rid of some of this powder here.
Tart. I really love these little circle blushes.
That's their Amazonian clay collection line. That's really nice.
They're really pretty.
I'm just going to do a little bit more bronzing with this brush here. I love to bronze with. This is from the Jekyll & Hill Morphe X Collection JH02. And with the Morphe bronzer, this is Megastar. So I'm just going to tap into that just a little bit. I'm just going to bronze the parameters of my face. There we go. Get down on my neck so everything matches. All right, and now I'm gonna do blush too. And let's see, what color do I wanna use? I think I'm gonna use this. The Butter Blushes from Physician Formula. This is the Natural Glow. So good. And it smells like coconuts. It smells like you're on a sandy beach. Smell that.
That does smell good.
I'm just gonna dip my brush in there. See how pigmented this is. I don't know if that's enough color for me, but I go to the apple of the cheeks, and then I go up and kind of contour with the blush as well. I don't know. I think I need This might be better for an all-over glow. Let's see here. Oh, this one right here. This one's good. Patrick Ta. Have you heard of Patrick Ta?
Yes.
Patrick Ta, she is passionate.
It's a really pretty color.
Isn't it? It's very pigmented
I
too.
was gonna say, it looks like it'd be super pink though.
Yeah, I like it. Like,
yeah, it looks really pretty.
I love blush. I'm a blush whore. What do you want to do next? Mascara?
Highlight? Do you wear highlight?
Oh yeah, I do highlight. Let's do highlight. Want to try this one? This one's from Makeup Revolution, the Glass Crystal Illuminator. If any of you follow any of the beauty gurus, Manny MUA is one of them who has his own makeup line, and he is actually upset because Makeup Revolution's kind of copied his packaging. I know, the drama of it all. Like, there's worse things to worry about. So this is a liquid glass crystal illuminator, so it's really pretty. It's just a subtle highlight. Oh, that doesn't do it justice. Very subtle. Anyways, we're going to dip our brush in there, and we're just going to highlight the tip or top of our cheeks right here. I'm going to do down the bridge of our nose and down our Cupid's bow. And a little bit up here, why not? This is driving me crazy. This right here needs to be blended in a little bit. I get my eyebrows not microbladed. What is that called? Were they threaded? And normally I would do my eyebrows, but I'm not going to do that for this video today.
I don't do my eyebrows.
You should get yours threaded. She won't let me take her. She says it's gonna hurt.
It will hurt.
It only feels like a bee sting for like a minute. Not even. Then it gets better. All right, I'm going to do some mascara.
Oh yeah, that's the...
So, excuse me.
Okay.
What are you using?
I'm using Sephora Lash Craft Big Volume.
You like that one?
I really love this one.
And I'm using Tatiana Naturals 40 Silk Fiber High-Lash Mascara. I think it's $18. It's on Amazon. I bought it because of the reviews, and oh my gosh, this mascara, if you don't have eyelashes, this is the one to use. If you need lengthening and volume, this is the one to use. And what's best about this is it doesn't give you raccoon eyes. It stays put all day. It doesn't flake off. It's phenomenal. But before I do that, I do some sort of a primer. This one's from Lash Craft, lash primer from Sephora.
Do those actually help? It's the same thing as this one.
Yeah, but it's a primer. It conditions the lashes, and it prepares them for the mascara and makes them bulk up a little bit so you look like you have lashes. So I would recommend using a primer anytime you use mascara. Like, you have super long eyelashes.
I don't even need primer. I don't use it. It makes them look clumpy on me.
So I'm just going to put a little bit layer on my lashes for this. There we go. And I'm trying to regrow out my eyelashes on the right here in these inner corners here, because I have a bad habit of picking at my eyelashes. It's just a nervous thing that I do, that I'm trying to get better at. Okay, I'm just let that set for just a minute. In the meantime, I'm gonna put on some lipstick. I'm gonna start by lining my lips. Another good trick, if you want to make your lips look bigger, is to outline outside of your natural lip line, and I'll do it even though I don't need to do that, but I will do it. So my natural lip line is right here. So if you want, you can go right underneath it, just a little tiny bit. And this is how you can make your lips look a little fuller. And And right here, my natural lip line is about right here. You can go above that just a little bit. And fill it in just a little. Just going to use a little bit of a brush here just to blend that in just a little bit. Just so the lines aren't so harsh. And then I'm going to use this half-caked, super glazed Baby Girls called, got it off Amazon. I think it's a liquid lip, but it might be a lip gloss. I've been getting more into lip glosses. How about you? Or are you liking the liquid lip?
I'm matte. Liquid lip.
You like the liquid lip?
Matte. Anything that dries, not shiny.
Oops. Yeah, I like this. This is pretty. What's your favorite meal that I make you? I know there's so many.
I like the gnocchi. And homemade tomato sauce, which I was going to ask what we're having for dinner next week. Maybe have the gnocchi that you bought or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. Or do you want the ramen? Oh, we have days.
Oh, I forgot you had the ramen.
We have so many days, it doesn't really matter. Like, we need to start spacing out our activities so we're not doing everything all at once. Okay, I'm going to put this mascara on. Perfect. And that is it for me. Put my headband on. Now, the last and final step that you want to do, and this is the look that I have, is you want to spray your face with setting spray. And I have a ton here. I'm just going to use this I Am Glowing by the Cream Shop, and I got it from Walgreens, I think. Are you going to use anything?
I do not use face spray.
Why not?
It makes my makeup.
That's a cardinal sin. Well, I'm going to use it. I think, especially for me, it makes the powder settle in and it doesn't look cakey. Not that I used a lot of powder anyways, but... use a fan. Sorry, I'm just getting over a cold. All right. And here is the finished look. Where's my remote in this mess? Wait. This could be part of the bloopers.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys. Thanks for watching, and we hope you got a little bit of entertainment out of this. Bye.
Oh, that's my hand. Bye.